Buonasera and welcome to Lisa's Italian Kitchen. Tonight I'm making for you a delicious fruit strudel. We're using puff pastry, so zero preparation of the crust. And this strudel is perfect for breakfast, brunch, or dessert. This is actually a recipe that I learned up in Piemonte when I was living in northern Italy, where they use a lot of dates, nuts, and pears. You know, dates are really a holiday fruit. So now that we're entering into the holiday season, this is a wonderful quick dessert to make. So here on my jelly roll pan, I have a piece of parchment. I sprayed a little bit of nonstick on the parchment, and I have 2 pieces of puff pastry, which I've just attached with my fingers, like so, together in the center. In my fruit mixture, I have 3 cups of chopped fresh pears. I have 2 cups of chopped dried dates, and I have 1 cup of chopped walnuts. To that, I've added a half a cup of sugar. That's all. Now we're going to place this more or less in the center of the puff pastry. So for the closure of the puff pastry and the baking, you can do one of 2 things. You can either just seal it across the top, sort of in the conventional or traditional way. That would be like rolling this over, if you will. Or you can do something that I like to do. I'm going to just make this a little thinner and higher so that it goes all the way to the end of the puff pastry. Very simple. You know, if you don't care for dates, you could make it pear and apple. You could, substitute other fruits. But the dates are so perfect in the fall and Christmas or holiday season. So what I like to do is place it like this and simply take my scissors and cut the strips of puff pastry. You don't have to be fancy. You can do it in any way. And let me show you what we're going to do when we cut the strips like this. We're simply going to place it like that, kind of in a diagonal. I just really like the way it looks. And it also lets the dough, you're allowing some slits between the dough. And so it lets the air get in there and circulate and heat it evenly. And it just looks so pretty. So I just do it like this. At the end, I like to kind of fold it over. So now we'll cut it on the other side. So simple, just cut any design that you want. Straight, maybe different directions. On this side, I'm going in 2 different directions. Then we're going to, see how pretty that looks? Just have a little bit of opening. You can see the fruit and the nuts. And we're going to top this with 1 beaten egg. And we're going to cook it for 20 minutes at 400 degrees. That's it. The puff pastry is going to puff up, hence the name, and look golden and delicious. So simple. This is wonderful with a cup of coffee in the morning. It's wonderful on a weekend for brunch. And it's absolutely perfect after Sunday dinner. It's not too sweet. It isn't heavy. So it's just perfect. So just an egg wash on top here to make it glisten. And on top of this egg wash, we're going to just pour about 1/4 cup of sugar. Just regular granulated sugar. This is a typical Italian grandmother's dessert. Not fancy, but delicious fruit and nuts, and so wonderful. Just hits the spot. Not too sweet. There we go, a little sugar on top. Eccolo, 400 degrees for 20 minutes.